There's a reason why I consider myself independent of political leaning, and that's simply because of what's happening in the US now, where with the recent Charlie Kirk death, well, can't say much about it to be honest, because it's not what he would want, apparently. I don't know much about Charlie Kirk anyway, so it's not their place to say it, but condolences to family and friends and the the other. Like, there's apparently two other children shot there, which is really sad. And apparently nobody paid attention to that other than, well, the left-leaning people. So that shows you a lot about where the world's heading. But as if it wasn't bad enough, a lot of right-wing politicians are now pointing this at the left as being the culprit. And there's simply no proof of it. Because, were there proof? Okay, someone on the left, but that doesn't really explain the motive. And even if that were the case, that again, that's only a fucking minority of people. And also, why do we still have gun laws in the US? Like, what the fuck? You just need to get rid of guns. As simple as that. You know, in the UK, we don't really have any gun crime because it's so rare. There's no easy access to weapons. So it just doesn't happen. So, again, why aren't guns just made illegal? It's just absolutely insane. And there are easy ways to even just publicise it, like you're banning it, and you get people to hand it in for even like a small cash reward. Like, it's really easy. And it's going to be hard to please everyone, obviously, because people still have like their, oh, I've got a gun behind my bed, behind my pillow, and I've got it for intruders. Like, yeah, that's going to happen. But something needs to be done about the selling of guns and a better, like, not fact checking, but background checking. Yeah, I think background checking. Oddly enough, The Simpsons predicted it, which is again insane. The amount of predictions that The Simpsons has done, it's just fucking crazy. But yeah, like, literally criminally insane is a fucking requirement for a gun at this point. So that shows you where things are going. Like, you literally should just get a mental health sort of checkup, and obviously a bit of background checks. Like, it's not just the fact that people with guns will use them to hurt others or just kill animals. Like, that's the thing. And you know, if we want self-defense, we literally just need to teach people better. There's a place for at least adults anyway who can find self-defense like tactics and stuff. It doesn't necessarily require a weapon or a tool. But that aside, again, this weaponising of saying it's the left's fault, left-leaning people, it's not only just dangerous and divisive, or divides politics even more, as I've heard it discussed on left-leaning people's podcasts and even some right. But it also just damaged the entire sort of view of humanity, because yeah, like, we have agreements and disagreements, that's for sure. But dividing people in this way, pinning an assassination on a political party rather than, say, a mental illness or just someone being a complete idiot, it's just absolutely fucking. It's just, there's no words to describe how dumb that is and how dangerous it is. Like, it's simply like, God, it's almost bordering like, what is it? It's not. I'm trying to think, like, it's not war criminal, but it's somewhat bordering that line where you're painting an entire population. That's literally what Israel are doing to Hamas and Gaza. Literally viewing them in such a way that their justification for killing tons of people, tons of children, women, is the fact that they're Israel deem them a terrorist organisation. And this is going to happen in the US as well. This is going to be the right thing and the left as terrorist organisations. That's why Trump is sending supposedly a military army to Chicago. It's just, it's so fucking frustrating, and this is why people need to vote someone better. Like, it's just so bad, and they're trying to distract from the Epstein files as well. Let's not forget that. For some reason, a lot of left-wing channels, I don't think I've mentioned it, I could be wrong. I do like skim view videos, so I've probably missed that if I have. But either way, it's just a bad distraction. That's all this is, sadly, and there are theories now that the far right of all people literally did this to pin it on the left, and honestly it's disgusting because that's the depravity they have. And you know, think about this. If they can do it to one of their biggest supporters, imagine what they'll do to their population, their voters. That is a dangerous world that you're living in, and it's the one that Margaret and Republicans are dangerously playing with. Because it isn't just going to affect minorities like women and, well, people of different sexualities and genders. It's going to affect every single man as well. Every cisgender straight man that's ever existed. You're going to become slaves. And the more you follow this bullshit, as the UK unfortunately are following suit because we have our own problems, the more you're going to end up as slaves. You're going to be at the whims of a billionaire who doesn't care about your well-being or safety. They'll put you in concentration camps and force you to work every day for hours simply so they can get more money. They're literally trying to strip away your very rights as a human being. Not just the rights of minorities who you may or may not agree or disagree with. It's you as well, simply put. And this is a dangerous game that voting in someone as incompetent as Trump is doing. It will be the end of your world, as well as others. So, consider that. And thanks for listening, and I'm not really a political channel, but I felt the need to address this. Another thing I'll say is, usually on the left, there are people who advocate for peace, and that's why there are peaceful protests. Any sort of violent crimes are sort of condemned by the majority of left-leaning people anyway. And you know, even like I've seen like with the Epstein files, for example, there's plenty of left-leaning people saying that they need to release them, even if there are left-leaning people on that file who are complicit in the horrific things that happened there, and we condemn them equally. Meanwhile, though, people on the right, and obviously Trump, they would rather you ignore the fact that plenty of them are doing that very thing. They're in the files and they're going to try and distract you from it. And they're going to pin it on the left leaning as well. So it shows you again like, where their priorities are. And also, this is the thing, like they complain about fake news as well on the right. And we complain about it on the left, but the right are so much worse because they make the fake news. And that's not simply an accusation, that is literally been proven multiple times. And also, like, with the images of the shooter apparently involved in Charlie Kirk's death, and I think the other children. I don't know the story actually. I should probably stop saying that as well. But yeah, like you're painting again a picture that makes the other side look bad in light. I don't know. So it's all very suspicious, and again, you just have to be careful. Like, it's just that simple. You can't be throwing around accusations, because every accusation, as well as we've figured out in the UK now, is an admission. Every accusation, I've got to look up. Every accusation is a confession. That's it. Oh, an admission. Yeah, I suppose it is. That's actually the mentality of currently the government and even like the FBI. Like, for fuck's sake, what is happening in the FBI over there? It's just crazy. But yeah, again, like, for far right people, that's the America you voted for. You voted for one that's corrupt, hell bent on making as much money as possible, hell bent on becoming a dictatorship, much like Russia, much like China. So you literally have no room for freedom. You have nothing. And really, America doesn't want to anymore, because someone's trying to make it all for themselves, take it all for themselves for that matter. And there's also this inconsistency where now, I think this is the final thing I'll talk about, the left are sending condolences over Charlie Kirk's death and for the family as well. And it's a peaceful message. It's not promoting hatred, it's not promoting any more violence. Like, that really goes to the contrary of what the far right are claiming here, and Republicans for that matter. And then you look at what Republicans have said about people on the left, and it looks like they've done nothing. They haven't apologised, they haven't acknowledged it, not even condolences. Like, what did I say? Apologise? I meant condolences. Got them mixed up. I suppose I need to apologise for not commenting on it, because it's atrocious. The political opponents, whether you agree or disagree, are people. They're human beings at the end of the day, as was Charlie Kirk, as was the other victims involved, and as is the shooter, unfortunately. If there's an alien, it'd be easy to pin it on that, but that's not the current situation we're in. So, again, be careful out there. Careful who you vote for. That's the thing, and see everyone another time.